Hi, it's Dr. Gary on Dr. Gary on the Road. Another topic today. This is talking about the DSO dentistry, private partnerships, corporate dentistry, and some comments about that. So comments about the corporate dentistry today. Name of our company is Healthcare Practice Sales LLC. Our email is dentalpracticeguide.com. Our phone number is 201-663-0935. Call us anytime. We're here to help you. We have a group of 7 employees now, and we are now nationwide. So we're all over the place, and we're having fun every day. We have 2 CPA accountants. I was a dentist for 25 years. We have a marketing director, graphic artist, a copywriter, and 3 marketing acquisition people. So we're growing. We're here to help you. Please call us. We are dental practice brokers. Everything you hear is for entertainment purposes. This is not legal or business advice. Speak to your professionals for that. So talking about the DSO, Dental Services Organization, or corporate dentistry, I do work with them, and some of them are organized. They are great to work with. They pay a high fee to the doctor, and they have a very good business model. I have to say, that's just the way it is. There's others that are disorganized, and it changes every year. A great one in year 2019 could be falling apart in 2020. Some of these DSOs have their own money. Others are backed by PE or private equity. It's different. But there are some wonderful groups out there that I've worked with, and they'll often pay our commission. So does doctors, and as you know, they're looking for practices usually $1.5 million above, and they want at least more than one, the doctor seller and a few associates on location. A lot of them are looking for 5 chairs plus. But working with some of them, it has been a pleasure with some of them. I enjoy working with them. Others, it's been a challenge. I knew a couple of years ago, one group, they just didn't function properly. They called me in August and they said, we want to meet you, but we're going to wait until the November show and we'll come down. I said, if you guys are serious, why don't you just come down now? Some of them just don't hustle. Some of them are disorganized in there. Some of them are disorganized, and some of them are just, they have their act together, but they are, those are a pleasure to work with. But others, I've run into trouble with them. They'll never go to closing. They'll promise you post-closing monies. That is when they do a deal, like 10%, 15%, maybe 20% is held back from the sale. And that's supposed to possibly roll into their stock or their equity. And you have equity in the company. They all recapitalize in 3 to 5 years. And you're supposed to get some of those multiple factor, maybe 3-4 times your monies that were held. And some deliver and some don't. You just got to be aware of that. I'm in the industry. I learn about new ones every day, every week, and you have to understand them. You as a practitioner, you'll talk to your friend or another. You don't really know what goes on with these companies, because I can see companies that are faltering. Last year were great. Now this year they're faltering. You have to be in the industry. That's where we could be of help to you as dental brokers. We're on the inside. We know what it's like going to the closing table, how long it takes to go to the closing table, and who delivers on their promises of post-closing equity that you can make money out of that. And that's where we're here to help you. To give you an example, so this is great. I love this part. We're expanding into the Midwest, Southwest, and I do work with a few companies in the Northeast and along the Eastern Seaboard, but now we're expanding across the country. So, we're reaching out to some different firms we haven't worked with, and different DSOs we haven't worked with in the past. So I got a list who to contact from some of the attorneys I know, and I started calling. So I made 5 or 6 calls, I don't remember. It was unbelievable that some of them never picked up the phone. It just rang and rang and rang into an answering machine. The answering machine directed you to and this was on, I think, on a Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or no, 2 o'clock, because it was East Coast time, maybe like 4 o'clock. And this happened over a series of 2 or 3 days. So one of them, for example, had 7 departments And I transferred to each one of them, and I couldn't leave a message, or I left a message, there was nobody there. 7 departments, 2-3 days later, nobody called me back. I introduced myself as a dental broker, and I did have some larger deals I'm looking for a DSO for. They don't call me back. Another one I called, I got 3 different phone numbers, finally got enough phone number for the corporate department, and it's been 2 days that they didn't call me back. I got the email in that corporate department, they still didn't call me back. Another one I called, it was a call center that picked up, and they said, well, we don't know where to direct you. Let me try human resources, she said. And there was only a message there. Then another one I called, and there was nobody picked up the phone. These are big companies. And still nobody answered the phone. 5 times I got nowhere over 5 days. Over 2 days. It was incredible. Then I called 2 companies who I know very well, and I send a lot of business to, and they picked up the phone. Good afternoon, how may we help you? I called another. It was a pretty good name company. They directed me up to somebody in charge of acquisitions. He got on the phone. He apologized. He said he was on the line. He got right back to me. We talked. The next day he called me again, or I called him, and he was, spending time with his kids in the in the playground. I said, I don't want to bother. He says, that's fine. My kids are having fun. Why don't you tell me what you have? And he was great. He was from a big company. At least he picked up the phone. So 5 of them I never got through to with emails and phone calls, and they never picked up, or I couldn't get through to anybody, or they switched me all over the place, or disconnected me. And 2 of them were very good. We're right on top of the game. So I read their brochures. This is the best part. I'm always reading their brochures, and everything's these glossy brochures, glossy email, glossy websites, and they're built. This is always great. They always say the same thing. They're busy building national and global strategic partnerships and alliances. I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. So all these people, I couldn't take my phone call. I guess they were too busy building national and global strategic partnerships and alliances. It's like, what bull is that? You can't pick up the phone? I mean, how do you know who I am anyway? Just as common courtesy, you pick up the phone. It could be an issue, a problem. They don't pick up. I couldn't believe it because they were too busy building national, global, strategic partnerships and alliances. It's like they got this term, and all these companies use this. They get it in their marketing department. They go, oh boy, when we put this in our brochure, that's going to cover everything. That's going to show we're going places. But obviously, we are too busy to pick up the phone. So, forget that. Because we're busy building national and global strategic partnership alliances. I love that. But maybe someday they'll pick up the phone. So there's some great companies out there, and there's some others that don't deliver. That's just the way it is. Great talking to you guys. And remember that saying. I keep saying that to myself. Building national and global strategic partnership alliances. Okay, but we can't answer your phone call.